The top 10 best weapons in The Witcher 3 2024. Stay tuned for that. What's up, guys? I'm Franky Boy on this channel, covering extensively and almost only The Witcher 3. Welcome to the party. And yeah, the announcement of The Witcher 4 has made a huge hype train for me, and that's why I like to dive into Kaer Morhen again and play as Geralt from Rivia. But yeah, for some parts, of course, as Ciri as well. We're going to be talking about the top 10 weapons. Of course, with Ciri, the sword Geralt should never own, and you can only own it through a glitchy stuff, but I wouldn't recommend getting it. It can cause a lot of bugs. Number 10 is the Griffin Steel Sword over here, and it is one of the best weapons in the game, no doubt. So number 10 is not a bad place at all. Of course, it's no one, but it is awesome for sign builds. Of course, you still need it to have the Earden traps increased with the Griffin set, but in general it has sign intensity, comes with critical hit chance and damage, which is always a great combo. Dismembering, yeah, why not? Plus bonus experience from humans and non-humans, so 5% overall, why not? Weapon number 9 is the Manticore Silver Sword, a very great sword. It has armor piercing, critical hit damage bonus, and 50% is awesome. 10% critical hit chance, bleeding, and more XP from monsters. Yeah, why not? It's also part of a Witcher set, but yeah, that set is not recommendable. The sword is though. The awesome thing is that it has armor piercing again, and this is quite rare for silver swords, so you can definitely take a look at that sword. Same for number 8, of course, and it's the legendary Manticore Steel Sword. It also has armor piercing, also 50% critical hit damage, 10% critical hit chance, awesome synergy, while also having the chance to cause bleeding plus bonus XP from humans and non-humans. Great thing to own. And yeah, those in combination, an armor-piercing set. I mean, that's a great combination, right? Though you can say Tesha Mutna outshines it slightly. But yeah, let's move on to place number 7. And that is Tor Lara. It has awesome damage, art intensity, sign intensity, Quen intensity, 2 awesome signs I love to use. Also chance to cause burning, which is great when using spin to win, having those enemies around you ignite, and 3% chance for an insta-kill. And that is really awesome. Like an insta-kill, you normally would get that through a talent in the fight tree. Now you get it on a weapon. And insta-killing is awesome, especially on Death March against super tough enemies. And that in combination with whirlwind or light attacks that are pretty fast is a power horse. In Germany, we say, schieß ein Tor. So achieve a goal in football. Tor. Yeah, very versatile sword. Awesome. Now that thing right here, it is a classic. Number 6, it's Oligrad's sword, Iris. And it has a super special effect. It charges with energy during combat. And when the color is red, it will release a super strong strike. And that's just an awesome effect, both in terms of usage but also visually. It's a very unique sword, and I would recommend it because it's unique. You get it through the Hearts of Stone DLC, by the way, so you need that definitely. I mean, at this part, hopefully everybody owns the DLCs. If not, get them. Weapon number 5, and yeah, it's no sword right now. It's Geralt of Rivia's crossbow, and this is the strongest crossbow in the whole game, granting 300% attack power as well as damage. Yeah, that's it. It's a magic item. You can get it through the tournament. But remember, it definitely depends on what you name yourself. If you apply to that as Geralt of Rivia or under another name, then the name of the crossbow will be different. So you better name yourself Geralt, right? Alright, we are at the area where it's getting really juicy. Number 4. And this is one of the most affordable steel swords. Spoiler, the second best steel sword in the game. So if you don't have the best one, get this one. Totally a no-brainer in combination with the Ursine set. You have increased ability Quen damage, not needed, but yeah. I mean, the 3 set bonus is quite decent as well. Why is that weapon awesome? High damage. We have adrenaline point gain. That's awesome for a steel sword. Spin to win and get Adrenaline is great. We have critical hit damage bonus 100%, that's huge. 5% critical hit chance, yeah, why not? Dismembering and bonus experience from humans and non-humans. I myself put a increased severance, so the whirl, into it, and I love it for farming human enemies. You really have that spin to win feeling as a Beyblade then. And you guessed it, the second best silver sword in the game is the third best sword in the game in total. It's the legendary, or it's the Grandmaster Ursine silver sword with insane damage as well. We have critical hit damage bonus, adrenaline point, crit chance, dismemberment, and bonus XP from monsters 20%. Awesome. So it's almost the same package as the steel sword. And I can totally see this as the most affordable silver sword at all. You don't have to solve an hour-long quest to get it. You simply get it by finding the recipe and then crafting it, which isn't that easy as well, of course, but it's not like you have to follow a written guide with 5 pages as for the best sword in the game, which we'll be talking about later. Now coming to the best steel sword and the second best sword in the game, it's Toussaint Knight's steel sword. What a powerhouse! Armor penetration, Quen intensity for more defensive, why not, we'll take it. Critical hit damage bonus 100%, critical hit chance 20%. How crazy is that? Chance to cause burning, also when spinning to win or so. Incredible burn chance, and those enemies, they will be burning all the time when hitting with light attacks or spin to win attacks. How insane is that? Now, how do you get that weapon, you ask? It's pretty simple, straightforward. Go to the Toussaint DLC, and yeah, don't worry, it's white because I have a mod which I presented to you in my mod video, my recent one. And you simply have to go to the Artach Palace ruins right here and go up there, and there's a chest, and then you get the recipe and you can craft it, and you're happy forever with your Toussaint Knight's steel sword, the best steel sword ever made for The Witcher 3. Now there are of course other honorable mentions, e.g. the Winter's Blade, which scales to your level, which is a crazy cool thing to get in a normal playthrough and then take to New Game Plus as well. So just wanted to mention it briefly. Now that you've heard it, our number one, it's of course Aerondight. And the bad thing about Aerondight is it only comes with damage, and that's it. Now the good thing is, it eventually has yet another nice feature to it. Every blow grants us 10% increased sword damage. After we have 10 blows, then we will have a fully charged sword, which will always crit, which is decent, but killing someone with a fully charged sword will expand the damage of Aerondight. And there's a threshold, a maximum, of course, makes sense, but this simply, in terms of paper damage, compare it to the Toussaint Knights, right? It has 928 peak, even though it's a level 100 weapon. This one has 1232 peak damage. Crazy. Comparing it to the Ursine one, we have 76 damage less. Though, of course, yeah, those stats right there, they really play a role. This is, I would say, the most useful weapon. It scales with you, it grows with you, and this makes it the most usable and the most cool weapon. Now the problem with it is it's simply pretty tough to get it. There's a long road, a long path ahead. You need to go through the DLC and behave as a real knight. So the Toussaint Blood and Wine DLC, behave like a real knight would do. Be honorable, help the poor, forgive others, and try to be as honorable as only possible. Give enemies you defeated a second chance, and then you will go to a lake. Well, at least in fact, you can go there immediately as well. It's located right here, southern from the Couchotte Cave and western from Corvo Bianco Vineyard. And here in the middle of this lake, there will spawn someone. You have a quest, and yeah, go there as early as you can, I would say, because then you know what to do. E.g., pay a boy $2 or so when he asks you for it. Simply do all of it, do the good, and then you will be granted with Aerondight and have the best time of your life. And yeah, I'm still in love with this Kaer Morhen aesthetics. I love it, even though I don't love these shadow pop-ups right there. Remembering of Assassin's Creed Shadows, which will pop up in February. Right now, still playing the best game ever created, of course. And yeah, do you guys also all the time forget to use like the smithing thingy. It seems like I always forget about it, and then yeah. But to be honest, with that setup that I'm rocking right now, I'm not in the need of it, and hopefully you will be able to get one of those awesome weapons I just mentioned as early as possible to have your version of your own best and favorite build for Geralt of Rivia. And then if you start into New Game Plus, of course, put it in the stash and be awesome. Now, thank you so much for tuning in. Maybe you want to check out my other videos. If I helped you, then it would be great to see you there. Maybe this one where I recommend you guys the top 3 builds for The Witcher 3, one of my most popular videos on the channel, because it really generates some value to you. Or that one on the other side. This is recommended to you by YouTube. Maybe it will be of interest. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will speak to you in the next one, and goodbye.